back, y'all. I'm Matthew the Wanderer, and today I would like to talk about why I don't want to have children. Yep, I don't have any kids, and so therefore I am child-free. Some people call that childless, but I don't want to ever have kids because many reasons. Among them are, I think kids are annoying. I think they're awkward. They cause too much chaos. Gross and disgusting. And, they're fragile, get hurt too easily. They're extremely loud all the time. They're messy. They're noisy. They're obnoxious. They're rude and they're really stupid most of the time. And they're unpredictable. So you never know what they're going to be doing. And they're just plain weird and strange. And even with all that, if I could get over any of those things, because I guess not all kids are necessarily all of those, but it's like I can't even afford to take care of myself. How the hell am I ever going to be able to afford to take care of kids? And they're too much responsibility. I had some cats a few years ago, and they take care of themselves most of the time, but I never took them to the vet because they never got sick, and bought them food and stuff and cleaned their litter boxes sometimes, but the kids are way more problem than that, and I don't think I can handle it. And my brother has kids, and his kids get him sick frequently, or at least they used to. I'm pretty sure they still do, because kids end up being around other kids at school or wherever they go, and kids are just nasty and get sick a lot. Don't want to have to worry about that. And I cuss and say all kinds of things when I'm by myself or with other people. I don't want to have to censor myself around kids. Even because, of course, some people don't around their own kids, but I don't want to worry about saying the things they shouldn't hear. Even if it's not cuss, we're just talking about things that are wrong subjects. And I don't want to deal with their idiotic questions. Of course, that's a lot worse if they're not my own kids, I guess, but I still don't want to have to deal with answering questions that are stupid. And this one's really important to me anyway. It's I don't ever want to have to change a diaper. So far I've been lucky and never changed any diaper. It's like my older brother changed my diapers, even though he's only 10 years older than me, but so he already failed on that assignment early on. It's like my dad claims he never changed a diaper. So, but he also told me that when I complained to him and saying I don't ever want to change diapers, he's like, yeah, well, that's the woman's job. It's that's not how it works anymore. If you're gonna have kids, you both gotta do it, and I don't want to have to deal with that. That's disgusting. I don't even like cleaning up myself. Damn sure don't want to clean a baby's diaper. And I like peace and quiet. Can't have peace and quiet with kids. Maybe a few moments here and there, but you never know when you'll get lucky and have that. It's not worth it. And I am an introvert and a loner. I like being alone in peace and quiet most of the time, or listening to loud music when I feel like it. And therefore, I don't want to have kids to ruin that. And similarly, I like to sleep in or go to bed whenever I feel like it late at night. I'm a night owl, but I also like to sleep in into the afternoon sometimes if I don't have to get up for work and I don't right now. If I become a full-time YouTuber, I'll never will. But yeah, the kids would definitely completely ruin sleep. Um, and also, I'd like to walk around naked in my own house sometimes, And I mean, I could currently live alone, but yeah, don't want to have to worry about that. And going along with everything else, I value my free time. I don't like. I would hate to have my free time sucked away by kids. Don't want to have to spend time with kids at all. Don't care if they're mine or not. And they cause stress and anxiety. Even that's why I don't go to family gatherings anymore. I cannot stand being around my nieces and nephews. There's too many of them, and they're too chaotic, and they're loud and obnoxious, and cause me stress and anxiety. So I'm technically an uncle. I'm even a granduncle, but they might as well be strangers. I don't have anything to do with any of them. I will never be the cool uncle for any reason to anybody. And I hate it when people, you see comment threads online about, child-free and being childless, and it's like, well, it's okay because I'm a cool uncle or aunt. Therefore, I can show my love for other ways and stuff, and don't have to have my own kids. It's like I don't want to have it be involved with kids. Period. I didn't choose. Why should I just because my brothers decide to have kids? Doesn't make any sense to me. Fortunately, nobody except for my mom thinks I should be involved. She's their grandma and great grandma, but she could be involved with. I don't have. Why should I? No, nobody. It wouldn't benefit my life in any way whatsoever to be involved with my nieces and nephews, and it wouldn't benefit their lives either. I'm poor and broke. Their families have a lot more money than me, and I just don't want to have anything to do with them. It wouldn't make any sense. I don't understand anybody who is involved like that. I'm also not involved with my own uncles and aunts. Haven't talked to most of them in decades, and don't care. So that's why I don't understand why my mom thinks I'm weird for not wanting to be involved with my nieces and nephews, when her own siblings aren't involved with me. So it's just nonsense. But when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a dad someday. I thought I was going to have kids, or I even thought I was going to have a bunch of them. Mostly though because I wanted to pick out names and stuff, and I also just thought that's what people did. But it was always long off into the future. But then the older I get, it's like, well, I guess this probably isn't going to happen because I've always been single. So for a while I was kind of, I was kind of down about. It felt like society was choosing for me, and I'd rather choose for myself. But eventually I decided, I don't want to have kids, and now I'm in my 40s, and I still don't feel like I'd be ready. It's like, if I'm not ready now, I'll definitely never be ready. It's hard for me to imagine that, my brother was already a grandpa by the time he was my age, and yet I don't even have any kids. But some people give lots of other reasons for not having kids that I personally think are really stupid. Like people who think climate change is going to be the end of the world. No, it isn't. It's not going to cause everyone to die. That's a really stupid reason to not do something. Same thing if you think the economy's bad. The economy's as good as it's ever been, or better, for most places. And thinking that's not good enough reason is ignorant. Therefore, it was never a good idea to have kids then, if that's what you're worrying about. Same thing when it comes to politics. or religion or anything. And like people think that we're about to have World War III or something. It's like, no, we're not. And even if we were, the U.S. that's not gonna be a problem for us. So come up with better reasons, like all the other reasons I came up with. It's like, why can't more people just say they don't like kids? It's not like, oh God, I really hate it when they try to blame the fall in birth rates on prices being too high or people can't afford to live anymore. Then why are all the extremely poor countries in Africa have the highest birth rates then? Or all the poor people in this country that can't stop having babies? That's not why. The richer countries get, the less babies they have because kids suck and ruin lives. Then, of course, people will try to make arguments about why you should have kids. Like some of them are just against abortion at all costs, which of course is wrong and immoral. It's like abortion should be more common, not less. Too many babies being born. Some people just happen to be because they're bored, which is, obviously idiotic. A few stupid people do it because, oh, babies are cute. How could you not want one of those? Baby tigers are also cute. It doesn't mean you should get one as a pet. So cuteness isn't a good enough reason to do anything. And doing it because your family insists that you have to do it is really bad. I'm glad that my family doesn't seem to care that much. My mom's slightly disappointed. But she has lots of other children and great-grandchildren, so she doesn't need more. And don't do it because your friends think you should, or because all of your friends already have kids, so you want to too. That's foolish. And don't do it because you want to, you think humanity, well, if everybody stopped having kids, humanity would go extinct. I could not give less of a fuck. Okay? Let humanity go extinct. And the other thing is, not everyone's going to stop having kids. I wish they would. Other people's kids ruin, make the world worse. It's like if I could just not have to deal with kids ever, it would make my life better. Like I had some kids knock on my door today, randomly. That almost never happens. So they're like knocking on all my neighbors' doors too, but asking first thing they asked is if I had any kids. So I'm like, no. They said, well, we're having a social event going on. Would you like to come? So like kids and families are going. It's like, no. It's like I don't have any friends and want to meet new people, but not that way. I want to steer clear of anything that has kids and families there. But yeah, that was weird. It's like if you had kids that are causing problems at work and stuff, out in public too. I usually work in jobs that deal with the public. But anybody who just wants to have kids because of they're ignorant or because they think politics or religion says they should, it's like those are just really terrible reasons. Another reason a lot of people give is it's like, but what if you don't want to die alone, do you? I couldn't give less of a shit about that. And a lot of people that are old and they might have kids and grandkids, but that doesn't mean any of them are going to visit them. It just has nothing to do with no guarantees of that whatsoever. So having kids just because you want someone to take care of you when you're old someday is a really ignorant, foolish idea. And doing it, of course, just because it's a traditional thing to do is just wrong to me. And doing anything, even if it not has anything to do with kids, would also be dumb just because of tradition. So like I don't understand why anybody would want to have kids, because there's nothing about them that's likable, and they just make your life worse in every possible way, and they're, in addition to being just extremely expensive. So, but even if I was rich, even if I somehow started making millions of dollars, I wouldn't want to have kids. They just not worth it. So, yeah, that's why I am child free and don't ever want to have kids, and now not ever. Don't ever even want to date someone that has adult children, because that means they'll probably end up having grandkids, and I don't want to have any kids over at my house for any reason, not even temporarily, like to visit. So, fortunately, nobody visits now, but like I'm just talking about if I in the future date somebody or something. So, yeah. Anyway, like and subscribe for more. I have links to Patreon and GoFundMe and BuyMeACoffee.com and Instagram. So if anybody's feeling generous, I need help. But I don't have a job right now. So anyway, I'm Matthew the Wanderer. Until next time, oink y'all.